The Nigerian government, since the inception of this democratic dispensation, has not been able to meet the 26 standard percentage budget allocation to education stipulated by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. The National Development Plan of 1970 to 1974 put the allocation at 13%. It fell to 7.5% between 1975 and 1980, but jumped to 17.3% between 1981 and 1985. The highest percentage so far to education was in 1997, when 7.5% of the budget was allotted to education. There has been a consistent decline in the percentage allotted to education year on year. This budget to education is small, considering the role of education in the development of any nation. In 2016, 369.6 billion was allotted to education out of 6.061 trillion budget. 7.44 trillion budget in 2017 earmarked 550 billion to education, which is just 7%. Out of the 2018 budget of 8.621 trillion, 605.8 billion was given to education, which is still about 7%. Policy analysts and education experts have identified inadequate funding as the reason for the major challenges confronting the education sector. Issues like drop in quality of teachers, quality of products from schools, and dilapidated structure are some of the challenges raised by those who spoke to Adaba FM. Former Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, Professor Oyebidapo Obe, child education advocate, Mrs. Biola Awoshika, and policy analyst, Barrister Yemi Adetoyinbo, spoke on the challenges facing Nigerian education.
Nigerian education system, we have not given it a serious thought. We have not given it a serious thought that it deserves. That's the problem. It's not like any other of the other sectors. Let's get the people who can teach and teach the students without looking elsewhere, but at all levels, primary, secondary, university, polytechnics, wherever. Most of the people that we see teaching now, they are looking elsewhere. They are just not satisfied sitting on their salary.
If we want a country to be productive, our children, our youth must have attained the highest level of education. And when you look at manpower development, manpower in Nigeria is reputed as one of the best in the world. So government should vote massively for education by allocating commensurate, budgetary allocation to the education sector, so that our attainable goals in educational standards will be achieved. And
when at the early childhood development stage, we do not harness their intelligence, we do not actually use what nature has already put in them, which is their brains develop to its almost full capacity between ages 2 and 5. That is the time when we're supposed to get those children and capture them and pour everything that they need to know and learn into them.
To arrest the decline in the country's education standard, the federal government declared emergency in the sector. If the federal government is to measure up in meeting the 70 United Nations Sustainable Goals, it must increase funding of the education sector to meet the global standard. Abiodun Adegboyega, reporting for Adegboyega FM.